Hello, friends. Listen to my painful story, and if you get some lessons from my story, then subscribe to my channel and like the video. I still remember the day they laughed at me. Not just a small laugh, but the kind that stays in your ears long after the moment is gone. The kind that makes you question your worth, your dreams, even your existence. I mean, look at her, someone whispered behind me. She really thinks she'll make it? I kept walking like I didn't hear them, but inside, something cracked. My name is Millie, and I wasn't born into success. I wasn't the smartest, the richest, or the most connected. I was just a girl who believed that hard work still meant something. But back then, nobody else believed that. I grew up in a small, quiet town where dreams were often laughed at before they were even spoken out loud. My parents worked day and night just to keep our home running. There were no shortcuts in our life, no easy wins. And maybe that's why I held on to my dreams so tightly. I wanted more, not just for me, but for them. I still remember sitting at the corner of our tiny room, studying under a dim light while everyone else slept. My hands would ache, my eyes would burn, but I kept going because I believed that someday it would all be worth it. But what I didn't know that day was that the hardest part of my journey wouldn't be failure, it would be betrayal. You see, I wasn't alone back then. I had a best friend, someone I trusted with everything. Her name was Sarah. We studied together, dreamed together, promised each other that one day we'd both make it out of this town. "We'll prove them wrong," she used to say, and I believed her. Every late night, every shared notebook, every whispered plan, it all felt real, until everything changed. It started small. Sarah began pulling away. She stopped sharing her notes, stopped showing up to our study sessions, and when I asked her about it, she would just smile and say, "I'm just busy, Millie. Don't overthink." But something didn't feel right, and deep down, I knew it. Still, I ignored it, because sometimes the truth hurts more than the lie, and I wasn't ready for that kind of pain. Not yet. The day everything fell apart was the day of the results. I walked into school with shaking hands and a heart full of hope. This was it, the moment I had worked for, sacrificed for, cried for. Sarah was already there, but she didn't look at me. She didn't smile. She didn't even say my name. Something inside me dropped. When the results were announced, the room erupted in noise, and then I heard it. First place, Sarah Khan. Applause filled the room. My chest tightened. Second place, someone else. Third place, not me. I wasn't even on the list. I stood there, frozen. This wasn't possible. I had worked too hard. I knew my answers. I had done everything right. So what went wrong? I didn't understand until I saw it. My notes, my exact notes in Sarah's hands. The same notes I had trusted her with. The same ones I had spent months preparing. And suddenly, it all made sense. She hadn't been busy. She had been preparing without me, using me. I walked up to her, my voice trembling. "You used my work." She didn't even deny it. Instead, she looked at me, calmly. "You should have been smarter, Millie." That moment broke something inside me. Not just my trust in her, but my belief in people. I went home that day and cried until I couldn't breathe. I questioned everything. Was hard work even enough? Or was I just naive? Days passed, then weeks. I stopped studying, stopped dreaming, because what was the point if someone could just take everything from you? But then, one night, my mother walked into my room. She didn't say much. She just placed a cup of tea beside me and gently said, "You didn't come this far to give up now." I looked at her, tears filling my eyes. "Amma, they cheated me." She nodded. "Maybe they did, but don't cheat yourself by stopping." That line changed everything, because she was right. Sarah didn't destroy my future. I was about to do that myself, and I refused to let that happen. That night, I picked up my books again, not for revenge, not for anyone else, but for me. And slowly, painfully, I started rebuilding, stronger, smarter, and this time, alone. A year later, everything was different. I wasn't the same girl anymore. I had learned something no classroom could ever teach me. Trust carefully, work silently, and let your results speak. This time, I didn't share my plans, didn't rely on anyone. I focused completely on myself. And when the next big opportunity came, a national scholarship exam, I was ready, not just academically, but emotionally. The exam day felt strangely calm. No fear, no doubt, just quiet confidence. And when the results came out, my hands didn't shake this time. I already knew. First place, Millie. For a moment, the world went silent. Then suddenly, everything changed. The same people who once laughed at me were now clapping. The same voices that doubted me were now praising me. And Sarah, she was there too, standing in the crowd, watching. I walked past her slowly. She looked at me, her eyes filled with something I couldn't quite name. Regret, maybe. "Millie, I'm sorry," she said softly. I paused. For a second, the old me wanted to respond, wanted to ask why, wanted closure, but the new me didn't need it. I simply smiled, not out of anger, not out of pride, but out of peace, because I had already won, not just the exam, but myself, and that was my revenge. Not hurting her, not exposing her, but rising above her. Today, I stand in a place I once thought was impossible, not because someone helped me, but because I didn't give up, even when everything told me to. And if there's one thing I've learned from all of this, it's this: hard work still works. Not instantly, not easily, but eventually it does. And sometimes the biggest betrayal in your life becomes the reason you finally discover your true strength. So if you're out there feeling broken, feeling used, feeling like giving up, don't, because your story isn't over yet. And trust me, the best chapters come after the hardest ones. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever been betrayed by those closest to you, know that you are stronger than the pain. Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And remember, keep blooming. If you like my story, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it.